Ladies and gentlemen, from the Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, brought to you by...
Hey, when are we going to get a picture in the intro? In the middle of our screen?
Nah, it's just
I'll take all three of us. Just put all three of us in there.
On one of the spins.
Let me get a spin, baby.
Shawn, with me in the big boy seat, can I intro the cast today?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's B-side Shawn here holding it down. Shawn Zittel, of course, here with my man Ant Broner, soon to be father Ant Broner, and of course,
Daddy, baby,
Carson A. Merck, and then not with us but on Zoom, of course, is the champ, the man the show is named after, Showtime Shawn Porter. What's up, Shawn?
Appreciate the intro, man. You do it better than I do. I'm gonna just look at you
in that seat.
Next time I'm in studio, I'm gonna just look at you.
And I'll intro from that chair.
But what I was about to say before, I was like, I'll just wait. This is how petty I am.
Here we go.
I'm so petty that I didn't want Shawn. I'm cool with you sitting right there, but why are you in my seat? Like, you should have just dragged your seat over there.
Oh, you're mad about the chair?
Yeah, scratch the towel and everything, and use your seat.
Believe it or not, I was selected here by committee.
Yeah, he was.
Unanimously, too. No opposition.
I thought this would be Carson or Ant today.
Nah, I feel no one's better.
That's right.
I agree.
Yeah.
When it comes to boxing knowledge, there was no question. It kept Shawn, and Shawn, so it all made sense.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, well, we wanted to do the boxing knowledge. We didn't want to do the black things. So
I'm also 100% not going to keep turning around looking at Shawn. I've seen you. I've taken a mental picture, so I'm just going to face forward now.
Just face forward, look at the camera.
Pretend like you're not even there.
Look, champ, the people
crazy
expect
thing,
a Shawn in this chair.
True.
But the crazy thing, though, Carson, is when you look at the cameras, you're actually looking at me more than if you turn around and look at the TV.
Technology. Oh, that is funny. I get it now. Technology is crazy world.
How you do it?
Yeah.
Stop. That is Carson.
I looked around too. Damn it.
He always trying to steal your swag.
Because I said how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we all went to the baby shower yesterday.
Yeah, had a good time, man.
If there's two things, if you're ever lucky enough to go to something for Ant, the food is going to be unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be treated like family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, these are facts. We had a great time there.
Hey, man, that's how I was raised, man. From being from Louisiana, from the South, it was always my girl didn't understand it when we first met. She was like, why do you buy all the food, supply all the drinks? Even, I did the alcohol for a minute. And I said, I don't drink, so I'm not going to supply that. But I'll give you all the food, give you great entertainment. We'll have a good time. I'm like, that's Southern hospitality. That's how I was raised.
But it didn't take it long for it to really click for her, right? Like, this is just it. Yeah. Same with me and my wife. It took her, she's like, why? And then after a little minute, it was like, this is just what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was reflecting. Yeah, I was reflecting on the night when I got to LA, and I was just like, man, I gotta text my dude and tell him congratulations. I know it was random.
Hey, I gave you right. I responded like I knew what was going on.
Congrats on the baby.
No, he said, "Hey, man, bro, congratulations." Yeah. I said, "Appreciate it."
Like that.
Yeah.
Should you mention what you're doing, by the way, Shawn, or you want to keep it a mystery because you're not here?
No, not at all. I flew to LA yesterday so that I could fly to New York today.
And what are you doing in New York, Shawn Porter?
Well, I did that because that was the cheapest way to get over here. But tomorrow I'm going to be driving to DC. Yeah, that was the cheapest way to get here and to get back. But tomorrow I'm driving to DC in the morning. Any of you busters out here that's listening to this podcast right now that's not picked up on the Motivational Monday episodes yet, we released the episode this past week. Kind of detailing what's coming up for me in the future. I'm going to be shooting a trailer tomorrow for a feature film that we're going to use this trailer to get funding for the film, and hopefully we'll be shooting this bad boy next year. So
what's the
Denzel Porter?
What's the basis of the movie? Like, what's the category?
It is boxing. It's a boxing movie, but it is a drama, so it's more than boxing. But I give the quick synopsis. I play a young man who is the next hopeful to win a gold medal at the Olympic Games, and then go on to become everything as a professional fighter. I get popped and I go to jail. I do a 10-year bid, and when I get out of jail, the guy who basically replaced me on the Olympic team, he goes on to win that. And then he goes on to become everything you could be as a professional fighter. And he's at the point now where he's going to retire. And whispers of the character that I play, Vince, has gotten out of jail. And, oh, yeah, you wouldn't have been anything if Vince wouldn't have gone to jail. And he starts to hear these conversations. That bothers him. And he's like, I got to get Vince in the ring. I got to settle this score. And so it's a little bit of that mixed with the other side of the stories of this kid who coincidentally his father has raised him in the sport of boxing. He dies while Vince is in jail, and Vince makes a promise that he's not going to fight again. The guy that he got put in jail for comes after him like, hey, you owe me money. You know, everything I took when you got took, so I need that back. And basically he's faced with some decisions. Is he gonna fight this bully on the block that wants his money?
Will that be Daniel Jacobs, the boxer?
Nah.
Could be Daniel Jacobs.
So yeah, man. So it's a great story, I believe. The people that I'm involved with out in Hollywood, they all took a look at it and felt like it was the one that I should go for. And so this is going to be the start of what I expect to be a very fruitful career in acting.
You know what I like about it, champ?
What's that?
They say, with a lot of things, for when you want to become a good reader, you start with reading things you like. And so I'm imagining if you want to be a good actor, you start with a role that you're comfortable in. So what better than playing
in jail?
Well, not the jail part, but playing a fighter. Playing a fighter. So.
Hey, Sean,
I still think it should be DJ playing the other role.
Hey, Sean, is it possible to get my man Carson in? He could be the correction officer. Sean is the reporter that's reporting you got arrested. I'll be your celly.
It's
That's good.
It's very possible for all three of y'all to be in the movie. So
yeah, I'll be your celly.
A couple cameos.
Can just report on it.
Yeah, a couple cameos that would be tight.
Yeah, people always
little cross branding.
Yeah, people always call me the big black dude from Green Mile. So
R.P. Mo Clark Duncan.
But yeah, man, just to real quick go like a quick rewind. Even with the retirement, I think that it was pretty sudden for the boxing world, and everyone says, I don't want you to retire. You still got more in you, things of that nature. But I've had so many goals in my life and things that I've wanted to do and accomplish in life. And so while, people may be looking at this and, this is something brand new, it's really not brand new for me. I've had acting aspirations since I was a teenager. I've actually done some acting as a teenager, and now having the acting coach for a couple of years now. It's the right time, So when one door closes, another door opens, and I intend to run through every door that opens for me.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now, Black Mom. Hey, why didn't you take the chicken out? I told you to take chicken out before you left. Before I left this morning.
I forgot.
I couldn't see it, but I imagine it was very
Hey, that was stupid. Hey, kill us.
So boxing's good.
Yeah.
One funny thing to transition to boxing is the narrative that you might have retired despite your dad for stopping the fight. That's the funniest thing I've heard. They're like,
I haven't heard that.
He might have just retired just despite him. I was like, that's a big spite move. That's a serious move. But a lot of boxing. Only 17 cards were on yesterday.
Hey, yo, we got to rewind real quick. We got to rewind.
Okay.
We got to go back to last week on DAZN.
Okay.
Which fight?
You got a tribute video. We talked about it already. What else?
First of all, we didn't talk long enough about the tribute video. Okay.
You were also mad we didn't address your commentary very much from what I recall, but
I'm gonna let all that go. But yeah, man, it ain't even the fact that he from Cleveland. Like
it
we
is
just
partially, but
somehow, some way we missed that one. We don't even got to point fingers. You know what I mean? So, but I did. Like I wanted to make sure that we got that in. Definitely. Because not only is he from Cleveland, like he it was another knockout performance by him. On DAZN, and I just really wanted to make sure we got that out there real quick. That Cleveland's got some more coming.
First fight after signing with Matchroom.
Yeah.
Me personally, I want a better opponent. I wasn't really want to waste our time talking about that.
I like that Matchroom did that because you're going to give him the co-feature over an undisputed champ like McCaskill. Some good fighter. Filip Hrgovic is on his way to being a mandatory for the heavyweight title. So what you do is, if you're getting this investment in Montana Love, is you match him good so he looks spectacular like he did last time.
You build him right.
So they put him in there with a guy from Mexico who's just going to come forward, has a nice padded record, 29-1. And then Montana didn't play with him. He got him out of there in, what was it, 2 or 3 rounds?
Yeah.
2 rounds.
What would have been good is if he had the knockout and the momentum carried into the main event, but the hour time buffer in between the two kind of brought the momentum back down. But yeah, absolutely need to.
Actually, it's funny though. I was going to bring up Montana Love anyways because Brandon Lee, who fought on Showtime.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Brandon Lee and Montana got the knockout in 7 rounds. Looked great. I'm thinking Montana Love and Brandon Lee are on top of my head definitely the 2 most exciting young undefeated guys at 140 pounds.
Yeah. Both of them can crack too.
Yeah. So I like Montana.
And I like how Shawn over there sitting in the seat telling all the secrets. He like, this is what you do when you bring a guy to your stable. You get him a good fight, padded record. I'm like, slow down. He's
bringing the A side. He's got the A side.
I got crazy in this chair now.
Yeah. And yesterday, I'm trying to think if there's anything we need to touch on. Obviously, on DAZN, we had.
Shout out to Hank Lundy, man. Finally retired.
Hung it up, man. Hard work, Lundy.
Yeah, I'm happy. That's all I got here.
Yeah. Obviously, the ending wasn't what he wanted or what anyone would want, but reaching up for the ropes outside the ring just ball bad. But
stop playing semi-pro football, bro.
He fought everyone. He was never a walkover, and he talked a whole bunch of shit.
That talk.
Yeah.
He gonna be known for talking that talk.
I am happy for him. Got a beautiful family back in Philly.
Yeah,
the Broad Street Bully. But SP, any thoughts on our old friend Henry?
Well, we got to get him on here eventually, but
we had him on briefly for a couple minutes before.
Yeah. First guest to do an interview on a toilet. Love it.
Yeah, but we got to get him in here. But for anybody that doesn't know, they used to call him Mr. ESPN. He had multiple fights on ESPN. I think he had upset at least one. I think he upset 2 guys on ESPN, and then of course with fighting on ESPN so consistently. At one point in time, they were calling him Mr. ESPN. So anybody that doesn't know Hank Lundy, check him out. Check him beginning to end. You will definitely see excitement. You'll see Philly's finest, and you'll see a lot of charisma and energy coming from him, both in and out of the ring. So, definitely with him retiring, we definitely want to take a second to pay homage to who he is to us as a friend, as I would call him, a boxing colleague. And, somebody you can always look forward to having fun with. That's the one thing about Hank is that Hank is the kind of guy that whether it's sparring, running on the track, running on the street, playing basketball.
Basketball was
I had to say that because I was like, Carson gonna be mad if I don't. But all of those things, and even playing semi-pro football, you know what I mean? He's just a very charismatic guy. And as I've said before, even on this podcast, I'm looking forward to him hopefully getting some broadcast work because he's one of the few fighters out there that can actually do it, or not actually do it, but can do it coming right out the blocks. Great talker and knows the game very, very well. So definitely want to salute Hank Lundy.
Yeah, and went where he needed to. Went overseas for fights, fought the best, and was always really willing to sit there and throw. But
fought Crawford in Crawford's prime on HBO.
And talked a whole bunch of trash there as well. You look back at any fight, there was trash talk for sure. But so on that card, so he loses to Robbie Davies Jr. Katie Taylor, another one-sided
Katie Taylor-like performance.
Yeah. Well, and we can kind of get to because she has a tie-in that we'll talk about later with another fight. So don't worry, we'll talk about it. But Conor Benn, Chris Algieri capped it off. He got starched.
Yeah, he lasted longer than I expected. I said something crazy to Carson. It was like we was filming the show at my house.
It wasn't too bad, though.
And I said 1 round, maybe two.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. The one thing to comment on was I don't know if he was fired up. He saw the Sonic 2 trailer, but why on the first knockdown did he do that tuck and roll into the ropes?
That was so much.
It was so much, and it made this whole situation look bad.
It wasn't momentum.
So much.
It wasn't momentum.
Like Bradley
I think
and
it was
Pacquiao.
momentum where he kind of stumbles forward, but then there was a conscious decision. He went like full Sega and went like hyper speed, like Sonic or Knuckles.
I got it now when you said Sonic. Yeah.
Got it. But
It was so much. I just felt like I felt like it don't matter what way my momentum taking me. I can't let me do that.
Yeah.
In the boxing ring, you know what I mean? So, but
and then to get up and say, what? It was no knockdown, which I'm not even sure if it was, to be fair. But
how you know it wasn't what just happened?
it
No,
was
'cause he was mad.
it was a legit knockdown, even though it was like the side of the neck area.
Yeah.
You got touched and you went down. I didn't see the feet cross or anything like
they
that.
got tangled a little bit.
So I think that he felt that he didn't get hit in the face. And I think that that's why he got up like, oh, how are you calling that a knockdown? And I was like, yeah, at this point, I feel like it's only a matter of time.
And it was.
Yeah.
And then
that was an A performance. I feel like he's clearly the third up and coming welterweight now after Boots and Vergil Ortiz. He's that third guy. And, Chris Algieri, we wondered last week how he was going to perform at 37. And Shawn mentioned last week that his legs weren't what they once were at 37. And with one, kind of 1 foot in and out of being a full-time fighter, this seems like the kind of fight that kind of pushes you both feet out.
a sonic roll out of the career.
And I like Conor Benn, and I really like not just him as a fighter, and he continues to improve and is explosive and exciting, but I like his demeanor. He's like his father was. He's like an antithesis to Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
His dad, like his dad, he's a down-to-earth, blue-collar kind of fighter. Even though he's probably grown up with some fame in England being the son of Nigel Benn, he's a down-to-earth guy who really loves boxing if you talk to him, and he's a dog. Yeah. So Britain's definitely got their welterweight. They definitely got their guy.
Yeah, nice little 1-2. What did you think, SP, especially coming off the Granados fight, which he won comfortably, but it wasn't the performance he was looking for based on the matchup? What he did this weekend. Yeah,
if you go back and you take a look at the knockdown, if you rewind probably 20 seconds or so before that knockdown, you see jab, jab, jab. A few of those jabs were landing, but they were stiff, and it got the attention of Chris Algieri. And I felt like I watched it a couple of times because I really want to give this kid his just due. The 1-2 was perfect, and it was set up by multiple jabs. It wasn't Chris Algieri's over the hill. It wasn't he quit or nothing like that. It was 100% Conor Benn doing exactly what he needed to do from the opening bell to the end of the fight. I felt like he was comfortable, confident, poised, patient. He didn't get wild or anything like that at all. I'm always looking to see how young fighters throw their punches, if they're looking for their shots and if they're throwing their shots with accuracy and aim. And he was doing all of that. And then when the 1-2 came, I rewound it a couple of times just because it was so nice. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Let me make sure I make sure that I understand what happened. That way I can deliver the message on this podcast. And the 1-2 was set up by a couple of jabs. And, he saw Chris Algieri's back against the ropes, and he decided to go with a 1-2. I mean, it was so crisp. So I was like, after that, I agree with you, Shawn. I would say he's the third wheel in terms of who's at the top of the welterweight division, young guys at the top of the division, but he's got more star power than any of those three guys, any of the other two guys.
More than Boots?
In terms of he's a star right now.
Obviously in England,
tickets right now.
Maybe over there, not over here.
I'm a huge
not
Conor Benn fan. Like Zittel and Shawn and I have talked about it before. He's very confident, but he's not disrespectful. Like he's just very confident. He's fiery,
hungry,
killing it crushing it in the gym, whatever he always says. But he doesn't say anything too crazy, which is nice. And then somebody who does say some crazy stuff from time to time. I want to match him with
AB.
Adrian the Problem.
AB the good CB.
The Cam man.
Don't point at me when you say AB.
No, because you mentioned not in America, right? How you want to start building your profile in America?
It's a great fight.
Unfortunately, the money is in England for that fight.
Yeah.
But long term, to make Conor Benn an international guy known in America, it'd be beautiful for him to come to the Barclays and fight AB.
Yeah,
I like the matchup.
Yeah,
I think an Adrian Broner, and we always say like, if he's Adrian Broner that we know, but it's tough to keep grasping at that. But like, even if he's part of that, I still think he can beat Conor Benn, just because Conor Benn he's explosive. But I mean, have we seen Adrian Broner, like, other than Maidana, who didn't like completely ice him? Adrian Broner came back and won a lot of the late rounds. I don't know. I think it's still an interesting matchup if Adrian Broner comes in motivated and is on his.
You really believe in you're a real Adrian Broner fan.
So how do you think AB beat? Because like in AB's prime,
he
was pretty planted in his feet. It's not like he was out, really outboxing.
No. Yeah. Mr. Porter is shaking his head
because I'm just thinking about prime AB, and prime AB against Conor Benn is a great fight, and it's a fight that you definitely ain't counting AB out in. You know what I mean? I would love to see somebody tap into that boy's mental right now, Adrian Broner, and get him to perform the way we know he can perform. He's still got it physically, and he's not letting his hands go, and it's just it's carryover. Fight after fight, it's seeming like that's the same thing. So I would love to see that fight, but I would love to see it with a
great counterpuncher when he's on.
And I'm going complete opposite. I'd say Conor Benn may be the first person to stop AB.
No one has stopped him.
He might be.
This may be the first guy to stop him. And if you stop AB, that puts you on another level.
Especially if he's not dialed in.
Yeah.
Like if you're not locked in against Conor Benn, he can knock you clean out.
And that's half the boxing game. If you come into the ring not locked in, the other person, like Conor Benn, is on a mission right now.
He's hungry.
He wants to be great. He wants to be considered with the Vergil Ortiz, the Boots Ennis.
Yeah.
He basically is Shawn Porter of the welterweight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody else. No, Shawn, you good? You done? You know what I'm saying? Earl got Ennis. Vergil. I don't know who Vergil is.
There is some similarities, not style wise, but just mentality. I think Conor Benn is so laser focused. He does remind me of you in that extent. That he's just very singularly focused, like just improving. And again, seems like a good kid.
Yeah, I think AB going in there with a prime, dude's in his prime, and he's locked in. I think he might get AB out of here.
What if we get a vintage Adrian Broner?
Yeah, here you go. Give it to Carson. Let it go.
What if we get in there and Adrian Broner is like,
I'm not coming doing this show Sunday.
And Sunday after, and he just counters and just lights him up. I don't know.
If you say so, if AB was to get in the ring with Conor Benn and beat Conor Benn, and you ain't coming on the show.
Taking the show off.
Carson gonna wild out.
Taking a rest day.
Yeah, Carson gonna wild out.
This is true.
He would.
I would come in pretty hyped up off that.
He would.
But, I think whatever he does, they've done a pretty good job of building him up.
Yeah.
And he's fighting guys like Sebastian Formella, who his only loss was to that guy. Vargas, Granados.
The right guys.
Yeah, and they're not perfect, and they're not like gonna really test them.
Or in his prime, or in their prime.
But their names, they still bring
and they
things.
opening it up to state fans, to us, you American fans. Like, who is this guy now?
Yeah, they're doing a good job with him. We'll kind of see what they end up doing next. I'm sure ready to get back.
I did pick two things that I felt could help improve his game, maybe even make him more exciting as a fighter. I still think that there should be some more defense there from the top body movement. And I think that working on his feet would add more dimension to his boxing style. And I thought about it, like, it doesn't, you don't have to do an in and out type of motion like me on your toes or anything like that, but stepping to the side, pivots, quick feet, quick movement with the feet, things of that nature. I did watch his feet during the fight, and I feel like they are a little flat. But that's his style, and that's how he wants to fight. But I was like, if there's anything that I feel could get him to another level, I definitely think that picking his feet up, moving them a little quicker, and getting and closing the distance and the range quicker with his feet, opposed to just his hands. Right. I think that would help it. What would be a really good improvement in terms of dimensions that he's bringing to the ring. And then I'd also still like to see more head movement, more body movement up top.
if only there was a retired welterweight who was notorious for having good footwork
and
that
could reach out to him and help the guy, help the younger guy.
Because he seems like the type who loves that.
Yeah, I think
they had a podcast or like a Twitter or something that could reach.
I think he likes to
now
learn.
has some free time on his hands.
And it worked for the DAZN before.
Yeah, true. There's a lot of connections. Eddie will get him on a three-way call like the old days. But
no,
I wasn't soliciting my
No, we are.
It was honestly, again, going back, it was something that I kind of thought yesterday. I was like, kind of the similarities, I could see that being beneficial. But so that was the DAZN card. ESPN went over to Top Rank.
Great prospects.
I liked the ESPN last night. I liked it.
You did?
Did you?
Yeah, I liked it.
I was hot and cold. Xander Zayas makes a statement. Prospect of the year, perhaps.
He will be the prospect of the year.
Is he over Jared?
Oh,
he's.
You know what? I didn't even put Jared like
Jared's fought a lot.
How many times has Zayas fought? 6? Is he 6-0?
Hold on, that's crazy. This year?
Yeah, I think so.
I almost feel like Xander's so young.
6 times this year.
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
That's great.
But
I feel like Xander's so young at 18, 19 years old. I think he's 19 now. It's like, you'll get it next year. Let's give it to Jared this year.
I think boxing might be the sport where it's also tough to say who's a prospect.
Yeah.
Jared's like, I'm a contender.
No, that's what Xander told me. I told
contender.
Xander, do you think maybe you guys should win co-prospect of the year? Do you think Jared should get it? And he goes, well, he said he felt Jared's moving into starting to move into contender status, whereas Xander's purely in prospect.
Oh, he has fought.
I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
6 times this year.
Yeah,
wow.
that's just tough. It's like that line. At some point, is there a fight where they're like, you're a contender now. Sorry, it's over.
You lost it. You lost prospect.
Yeah, you lost it. What did you? So he wins the main card. Nico Ali-Walsh gets the job done.
Why you hate on Nico Ali-Walsh?
Sean, I got you, Sean. I got you. Keep it together.
I'm gonna keep it together.
Because he said before he said
because he got a majority decision in a 4-round.
It was
fight.
an awkward guy.
The poor guy's a robotics.
He was 29-1. He only had one loss.
Yeah, he's a robotics engineer. I'm sure he's great in his field, but
it's hard to beat love.
Yeah, I don't know. More power to him.
They kept talking about how the guy loves boxing, and then, sometimes, what's the saying? Hard work beats talent.
Talent.
You know what I mean? So work hard. Yeah, and so there's a prime, just prime right there where this guy, even though he's not he's more than likely he's never going to be. I hate to say this, you know what I mean, but he's not going to be where he would probably had dreams of being one day as a professional boxer. But he still works hard, and he still has more experience than Nico Walsh. I thought it was a 3-1, being nice, and I thought that at worst it would have been a 2-2. Type of fight. I of course was hoping 3-1 because he was wearing SMF.
Of course.
But honestly, I was still hoping 3-1 because he's got room to improve, and they are going to push him to become a star. They're not going to push that guy to become a star. Even with a draw, he's there's not much he can do, but there's things you can do with the clay of
Cassius Clay, some would say.
With the clay of Nico Walsh.
You know what he was doing.
With the clay.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah. With the clay of Nico Walsh Ali. There's so much you can do with that. So, I was hoping for a 3-1 decision. The thing about it is, again, like I was talking about the love that guy had, and they kept talking about it, but Nico genuinely has a love for the sport of boxing. I think he has a love for the legacy of his family. And I think that's
Who's his family?
Cassius
I'm just
Clay, aka
I think they hit the 4,000 mark on the Muhammad Ali name drop.
Right. But yeah, I think that really I think that that's what's got him in the sport. But I think he's also a lot like any other. Conor Benn, another example of a guy who's looking to cement his own legacy. So I hated to see it get stalled or slowed down or anything like that last night. And I thought it was 3-1 at worst, 2-2.
But he got a hell of a right hand. I give him that. The right hand got some shit on it. I would like to.
A little defense, a little better, perhaps.
I mean, yeah, that. But no, in the second round, I would like him to finish that guy. Yeah. He should have got him. Yeah. I felt like he should have got him.
He had a whole minute. There was about a minute left, I believe, when he got that knockdown.
Yeah, I thought
or when he hurt that guy.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know.
Loma should have finished his guy in the 7th.
We'll get to
Oh,
that.
come on, Carson. Smack him if you have to. Hey, Carson don't like disrespect.
I don't know. I think Nico Ali-Walsh, it is there's a realization at some point consistently that the sports are businesses. So if you're ESPN, if it's getting you engagement, you're going to keep doing it. No matter what we say, it's going to keep happening. I think it's just the boxing fans are like, okay, we get it. Because it's also not like early on the undercard. Like he's on a prime time.
I think
that's
that
the issue.
Sorry to cut you off, but I think that he should be. I don't even think he should be in that position where he's fighting before they go onto TV.
Yes.
And we got.
I might disagree with that.
We got the listen to me. Hear me out. We got the digital stuff where you can get on and watch him if you want to on Plus app and stuff like that. But he should be getting something along the lines of honorable mention, at this point in his career. This is now his 3rd professional fight, and I just don't. I think that you put even more on it. He's handling it, and he's a very calm kid, and he's handling it right now. But I just think that you're putting too much on it, as Carson is trying to say. I agree.
The reason why I might disagree with you guys making
I'm dying to hear this.
Super valid points that almost everyone would agree with is because by if he's attracting more eyeballs, and I sense he is because of his name, right? That gives more shine to Keyshawn Davis and Jared Anderson when people tune in.
Shout out to Keyshawn Davis.
When he fought, Keyshawn looked incredible.
Yeah.
When he fought on the Jamel Herring Shakur Stevenson card, I was there at a Halloween party, a friend's party, people that don't watch boxing. But the minute they heard it was Muhammad Ali's grandson, their eyes went to the screen. They started asking me questions. Well, after he fought, they actually stayed tuned in to watch the Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Herring fight. So just to play the others, the one thing I do like about it, I really do like about it, is I'm hopeful that it gets the other prospects who really are going to become world champion one day, it got them more shine.
I don't mean to compare these two, but I said the exact same thing about
Shane Mosley.
Who?
You talking about Campbell Hatton?
No, I said
we
the
talked
same
about
thing
him
about
recently as well.
No, I said the same thing about the Paul brothers.
Oh.
The fact that neither of them are from boxing, but they're bringing so much attention to the sport. It's like, how can you hate it? You have to figure out a way to eat off of that same place. So I think that kind of compares and correlates.
It does. Yeah.
And Shawn, what would you feel like maybe have him at like 8-0, 10-0 before you brought him on TV? Something like basically when you're going into the live, basically show highlights from his fights.
Because you can do that earlier on today.
Yeah,
Nico Ali-Walsh got a
Yeah.
knockout win.
Yeah.
Or even say decision and we didn't have to see it.
But
That's
also
what I'm
like
saying.
Sean Zittel point where that's going to bring in the casuals, the people the hardcore, the people that's not hardcore fans like us. So I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. He seems like a good kid.
Yeah.
Got to win.
He is.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna have him on the show. See if Carson can take the right hand.
Yeah. I'll get a
like
shot
that.
off though. I'll land a shot at least.
Listen, for the first time, Carson fighting back.
I'm just getting one. I'll get one as long as I get one shot off before he ices me with the right hand. That's all that matters.
Only thing I ever hear from Carson is I'm laying down.
I'm fainting.
I'm
I'm going out.
He's
like the right hand connects. I'm going out. I think I can get a jab off.
Carson, do you think you got what it takes to make somebody miss a punch?
No, absolutely not.
Damn it.
No, not even a little bit. Unless I just fall out of the ring.
You could duck.
No,
I might voluntarily do a Chris Algieri and just duck and just do a sonic roll.
He got something for you.
Because people look at you and they there's a misconception that comes with Carson in athletics. The dude is like, he used to be 125 pounds in athletics.
He still is.
Over the years, he's grown, but the athleticism is still there. So you get on the basketball court and the dude will be dribbling around people. I hate giving you your props, but you be doing it. Yeah. And the same thing on the soccer field. Like I've never played soccer with you, but I watch. Like you be dribbling around cats. Yeah. And so what I'm just saying all that to say, if somebody threw a punch, especially if it's boxing, and you get a second, you don't think you can just
hey, Shawn,
Carson? Nah.
Hey, Sean, I think athletic man Carson comes in, blocks it, hit it with a 1-2, sleeps him like, oh, what I do? What I do? What I do just now?
Turn into RoboCop.
I'm telling you.
What I just do?
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna get some video of something and I'm gonna put it on this podcast to prove my point.
Carson,
this dude got feet like he got
Let's play some basketball.
Yeah, once we'll do a Porter Way basketball
and I'll show up.
Yeah,
there you go.
But, other prospects on the card.
No, we're bragging about you.
Oh no, we
yeah.
They don't like when we don't talk boxing. They surely don't like talking about my fat ass. But Keyshawn Davis again, great performance.
Bam!
I like that dude. I like him so much.
Some would say a top 10 lightweight currently.
Yeah,
that person will be Timothy Bradley. But
man, here you go. I thought y'all was cool.
Yeah, but
we're always cool.
But
that was a little much. He was like, I'm just gonna say it. I think he's a top 10 lightweight right now. It's like, okay.
There's something I want to get with Keyshawn.
Yeah,
is I got a chance to interview him over the years.
Yeah,
and he is an intelligent fighter first, and him like his whole generation influenced by the great Floyd Mayweather, right?
Yeah.
But I think that Keyshawn, and I've told him this, and if he's watching, I still think this, Keyshawn is more naturally a punisher than he is a true boxer. Don't get me wrong, he's technical. There'll be a day where he fights an Esau Cruz type style and he can box for 12 rounds and beat that style. But I really think
his natural ability
is a punisher.
I would agree.
He is a punch. He has power in both hands. He's a naturally good body puncher, and his temperament a little bit is very, very intelligent. And he kind of likes to, when you put him in there with guys at a better level than he fought Saturday night, again, good matchmaking like they did for Montana, make the kid look good on a big stage when you're building him up long term. But he is a little hesitant to throw when he puts pressures on guys. He likes to have that perfect opening.
Yeah.
And all I want to see from him in the future going forward is know the punisher you really are.
Yeah.
Know the strong fighter you really are. And I want to see him press these guys and go to work. He that's it.
Valid in my opinion. What do you think, SP, of his
Dude, I agree. And I think that worked for him at the Olympic Games as well. I felt like when he put he put his feet in the cement and wasn't really willing to take steps back, I felt like he was aggressive. I felt like that type of demeanor that his opponents could sense that about him. And I think it caused him to retreat. I think as a professional, he's slick. He's got all everything, but he even has a punisher type of mentality and type of energy about him, where he's like, I'm coming into the ring to win no matter what. And ultimately, what that amounts to is punishing, because that's what he has the ability to do. I agree. I think that you won't see him with a Shawn Porter type of aggressive style, but you would definitely, I think we're going to see him. He's going to start to see his power. I think he already believes in it, but he's going to, a lot like young fighters, going to start to fall in love with it a little bit. And I think it'll work to his advantage.
And he is a natural finisher. And I saw somebody tweeted, who's a better finisher than Terrence Crawford, and who's he trained by?
Yeah, that's what I like. He's in camp with Crawford, so he's learning. I'll say when he was even in the Olympics, I got him on a pound for pound list in a few years.
Yep.
Maybe 3 or 4, 5. But I think that kid has something to be great.
Hold up. You got him on the pound for pound list? Oh, pound for pound list.
No,
okay.
Come on, Sean. Come on. You think
what?
Right now, bro? Like 5 years.
When you said pound for pound, I was thinking his division. And I'm like, you saying in a couple of years he's going to be on the list in his division, while Timothy Bradley is saying he's on the list now.
Tim Wild.
Yeah. I think more than a couple of years, but I can definitely see him.
Down the road.
Let's say he's going to be on he will be a pound for pound best.
Yeah, depends on how busy they keep him. But
and talent-wise, the rich get richer in the lightweight division.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
No question about that.
As if we needed another...
Yeah.
Another wave behind him. His brother also got a win.
Is he's a 147 guy too? He finished at 147?
Yeah, one day.
He's definitely.
It's like the ultimate goal, huh?
Yeah, everybody finishes at 147.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then Jared Anderson.
I love him.
Get your defense right. I'll get a punch off too.
Yeah.
He definitely gonna sleep me. Hey, we all got guys who gonna get punches off on.
Yeah,
but he definitely gonna sleep me. Ain't no question.
Yeah, he can rock.
Dang, you can't get waiting for a round.
Hell no!
Damn it, my guys are so weak.
I'm not sure if there's even anything.
Come on, man.
Hey, y'all know Sean can box, right?
But not against Jared Anderson.
Yeah, let's be real.
All right, I'll stay with
We're
Jared.
realists.
I'll stay with
Now,
Jared.
somebody outside just the boxing game.
Give me a lightweight, and I'll go 1 round, 1, if they don't go to the body.
The body.
And you weigh? You can last one and you weigh?
Ooh.
No,
Is he going to the body?
Anyways, chopping his ass in half like Darth Maul.
I might take a little brain damage.
Sleep Formella. Hold on.
No, Formella.
Hold on, not Formella. The other dude.
Chin like a mofo.
No, the other dude. The tall, Sebastian.
Fundora.
Yeah, I get with him.
ESPN is they producing some stars, some future stars in boxing.
I mean, they signed the whole Olympic team.
Bob cleaned up.
But yeah, Jared Anderson, great performance. I'm not sure if there's even any.
I just love
anything noteworthy about.
I mean,
it.
but I mean his. You know caliber of opposition, but his combined last 2 opponents, 39-1 combined record. That's good record for a prospect.
Yeah,
and he's not playing with them. He got both of them out in 2 rounds. You're right. He was a little reckless coming forward.
Take some shots I don't like to see him take.
Yeah, and he'll have to tighten that up. But I do think part of it was he wants knockouts right now. And 11-0, 11 knockouts. I just like his fluidity. He's not stiff in the heavyweight division. 6'4" isn't actually the perfect size. Actually, 6'6", 6'5" in today's division is perfect. But I love Jared. For me, I love you, Xander. I love you. Give it to you next year because you're still just a teenager. I got to give it to Jared Anderson as prospect of the year.
It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Next year, we start to turn that corner with him?
Oh, not quite.
Yeah, I would say
Sean's like, let's go.
Shawn
Sean Porter.
I am.
Depending on how many fights they get him, I think towards the end of next year,
I still wouldn't put him in there with a Frank Sanchez next
Oh,
year.
no.
No.
I'm still thinking calibers below that.
Yeah, I'm thinking Charles Martin, something
He
like
said
that.
calibers below. He didn't say.
Yeah, because I'm looking at like Frank Sanchez is like there's the champions, there's the contenders. Frank Sanchez is like
I didn't know.
Contender, like kind of around there.
Yeah, I like Charles Martin, Dominique Brazil next year. Just some names like
guys.
that.
Like, I can see
Chris Areola.
Yeah,
Chris might sleep though. No.
He might.
Chris ain't no play.
Chris ain't giving up.
Yeah, Chris ain't nothing to play with.
Especially skinny Chris Areola.
All right, he don't come on this show.
He's our guy. He came in there looking slim and trim for his last fight.
Okay,
Ruiz. But main event, the Matrix.
How was you impressed?
Of course. How could you not be?
Hey, my lady said he fights beautiful. I was like, what? It's so beautiful. It's like he's there and he's not there.
Said he fights beautiful. I said the same thing. I didn't say that. But
Let Tiki say that to me. I'm like, don't be complimenting no another man.
I don't know.
What you mean he fights beautiful?
Yeah.
They said he danced. Like he did Ukrainian dance, so he's just very rhythmic and footwork is A1. But I was impressed. Was the panel here impressed?
I wanted him to get the stoppage. Stop X in the corner to do it. You do it.
I didn't think that was professional.
Yep. You do it.
I didn't think it was. I think when Terrence Crawford had his moment, he went for the kill. When Canelo had Plant hurt, he went for the kill. Donaire got the kill. I just didn't like that. I didn't feel like it's not your job to
worry,
to look at the ref or look at finish your work. And then after it. Okay, so they didn't stop the fight, and Comey's still strong enough to go on. It's not like he ever really went for that burst like he did against Pedraza in the 11th round. Luke Campbell late in that fight. Usually Lomachenko late in the fight produces a burst to go for the stoppage. It turns out he went to the hospital after the fight, so maybe his shoulder was acting up, something like that. But I did notice he didn't sit on his punches a lot down the stretch. By his standards, I felt Lomachenko coasted, and by his standards, it's as dominant a performance as it was against a former champion. I felt he came back down to earth a little bit after the Nakatani fight.
You think so?
Yeah, I thought it was a hell of a performance.
No, it was.
I thought he won 11 of 12 rounds and the one being the first.
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure if it was. I don't even think he genuinely wanted them to stop it. I think it was just showboating. Which I texted Sean when he hit him earlier and stumbled him back, and then it was just like, just go to your corner. You're good. I was like, that's classic.
I mean, the one time, literally, Richard was up on one leg. One of his legs was bent.
Yeah.
And a 90-degree. I don't know how he was still standing.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah. But the thing is you hear George Kambosos talking about, I want to see something impressive last week, right? Mm-hmm. And you're vying with the undefeated records of Haney and Davis, and you're vying with the pay-per-view money Davis brings in, and Haney has a belt and you don't have a belt, and he produces an undisputed fight with Kambosos. now isn't the time to be showboating and let a guy off the hook when you
Make
could
a
be
statement,
stopping.
huh?
Make your statement.
Do you think it was Commey's punching power, maybe?
Yeah, that definitely.
That's what factored into me, where people were like, I think you should just go for it. Like, of the guys, if we're going to go through them, Isak Cruz, Jojo Diaz, Commey. Commey punches the hardest of any of the three of them. And I'm not even sure if it's close. I think he punches a lot harder.
And his defense was great. Commey had some good body work in the first half of the fight, but Lomachenko didn't get caught clean up top all 12 rounds.
It was just a good performance. I don't know.
It
it wasn't like the best Lomachenko I've seen, but I didn't think there were like signs. I know people on Twitter were saying he looked like he was aging or slowing down. I guess I didn't really see that.
Hell of performance by me.
What'd you think, TV guy?
You know what? Yeah, stop going to me like that. Stop turning around and asking me what I think. I'll tell
like
you what
Vanna
I think
White.
when we get to me.
Well, I forgot you were here for a second, so go
Yeah,
ahead.
listen. I thought that. So this is what I read into the two things I read into. Once when he was telling the corner to stop the fight, I got a feeling that he might have felt like Cormier wasn't going to stop himself. And I think he had a feeling that he wouldn't be able to do it himself, which is why he was kind of pointed on right there, and he's looking to the corner, trying to encourage the corner to do it. I really do. I think that he got the feeling that if the corner didn't do it, that he wouldn't get the stoppage. And I think that after that round and maybe another round after that, he began to coast. He understood, man, I got this fight in the bag. This guy can't hit me as long as I stay sharp, continue to use my feet and use those angles. I'm going to get through this fight with no problem. And, that's boxing. And sometimes that's how it goes. I actually did not read into that the way that ESPN, said, oh, look at the humility of this guy. I'm like,
I didn't think that at all.
I'm like, this is more of a show off type of thing, showboat type of thing than it is, humility. And, oh, please come stop this fight. Because if he wanted him to stop, he would have put it on him again the next round and say, hey, I told you to stop it. You didn't stop it. Look what I'm doing to him now. Yep. And that probably would have gotten the reaction that he was looking for in the next round that he was looking for in the previous. Beyond that, man, I just think that he has a little bit of a Manny Pacquiao facade over here in the United States, with him being a southpaw, quick feet, quick hands, explosive in certain moments where the other guy just does not expect it coming and then can't even defend or handle it. I think that he has a bit of a Manny Pacquiao facade where we don't expect him to lose rounds and we don't expect him to lose. The fight that he lost against Lopez, even me, I'm not convinced that would happen again. And I really don't think that it would or could happen to him again, but at the same time, I do think that he's got to do more. He has to make that statement, just like everybody else is making statements. I think that the era of looking too good or not looking good enough, I think that era is gone. I think that guys are going to start fighting guys no matter what. If you got the name, you got the draw, and we can make a lot of money. You got a belt. This is a big fight. We're going to make this fight happen. And I think that that's good for boxing. And so I don't think that he hurt himself last night by not getting Cormier out of there. But, I think that, and I think, he won 11 out of the 12 rounds, at worst 10 out of the 12 rounds. I don't even think I saw Cormier winning 10 rounds or 2 rounds.
I think there's also with Lomachenko you guys know how big of a fan I am, but there is a hype train and a media push where it's some of the stuff I'm like, okay, please, like, let's relax a little bit. Yeah. And I think part of that, and Shawn and I, we've talked about that with music before, where if somebody keeps telling you how great something is, your natural instinct at some point say, no, it's not. It's not that good. So I think people do that with Lomachenko a little bit, where they keep talking about, oh, he's the greatest, he does this, and then they're like, yeah, I didn't think his performance was that good. Just because you don't want to be like, okay, I get it. You think he's the best.
Offset.
Yeah, you kind of want to offset. Like I talked to somebody recently that said J. Cole is one of the greatest lyricists of all time, and I was like, okay, please, I beg of you, like, don't say that ever. Don't say it ever again. But I thought it was good. What did you think? You mentioned kind of want to talk rankings. Where did he?
Hold on, before we flip to that one.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing I love about, I see where boxing's going now. Like Shawn, you're a big Loma fan. Yeah. Shawn alluded to Manny. I don't think the O is as important as it used to be when Floyd was just leaving.
Yeah.
Now we actually look at Lomachenko like, yeah, he has 2 losses, but he's still one of the greats.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao was still one of the greats. And I think Floyd made that so damn important in boxing that it started to F up the business of boxing, the popularity of boxing. And I feel like we're starting to trend it into another way where we can start making fights and get away from that damn so damn important O.
Well, guess what? Yeah, what I was gonna say was, you taking a look at this fight and it's on ESPN, it's on network television. Millions of people are gonna watch this fight, and they're gonna see that Lomachenko has a loss now. Mm-hmm. So, casual boxing fans, of course, we all know how he got the loss, the way it happened, But there's so many more people that are gonna tune in, and so this guy's got a loss and probably turn their head for a second. But then once they see what this guy starts to do and how he's performing, it's going to catch on that it's not really the record that always matters, but it's about the performance. And anybody on any given night, just like any given Sunday, you can win a fight.
I mean, the best fighter, pound for pound fighter in the world has lost.
Yeah. And Shawn carried that. That was a great win Shawn career. Yeah. Shawn had losses, but you knew what the hell you was getting.
And also Lomachenko had the loss to Salido so early that he always had that loss. So when they showed these pound for pound lists, he had a loss there, which was kind of nice to.
So much so that I forgot that I forgot about
that's
that.
Why that's why when you kept saying, I kept saying losses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
well, the context of fewest fights to win a world title, fewest fights to win title in 2 divisions, 3. That really helps soften those 2 losses.
And beating Gary Russell is
great win.
Yeah,
but it also helps empower the hype job, you know what I mean? And it's like you want to promote the fight, you want to promote the fighter, and you got so many great things to say about a guy that's so young and and has done so much as a professional. But it's like, I don't know. You just got to find that happy medium where you can promote the fight, say everything that needs to be said, but not overdo it. And I think a lot like Ali-Walsh.
And I would even say, similar to Tank, like I think people were so annoyed at Floyd, and Floyd's pushed Tank so much that people have a similar thing with Tank, where they're like, "Nah, he's not that good." But it's just because they just don't want to buy into kind of what they're being told. They don't want to buy into that. But
or they try to say he fights nobody,
fights bums. He's a cherry picker.
It's like, no, he fights good fighters.
I feel like Danny Garcia should have trademarked the cherry picker thing because he really got that attached to him at some point.
Damn.
What do we think? So lightweight rankings, any change from last week where you're at, SP?
Shawn?
Where I'm sitting at, man, I'm still sitting the same. I think that Tank Davis, even with a hurt hand, everything that he did the other night, fantastic, most explosive fighter, quickest fighter, fighter with the most dog. I mean, he's the most complete boxer in the lightweight division. And then right behind him, I have Lomachenko. I really think that the Nakatani fight did it for me. When I saw him, when I saw that, I was like, I already knew that dude was one of the best, but there's no doubt that there's nobody in the lightweight division can beat him other than Tank Davis. And then right down the list from there, I have to mention Ryan Garcia. I know that none of us mentioned him the other day, but he's out of the top 5 for me, and I think that he's number 6.
I think once he gets active again, I think he gets back into it. My rankings didn't change. I still think it's Tank and Loma are right there next to each other, but they just need to fight. These guys all need to fight.
Yeah.
And we have so many people were trying to say like, well, how does he do against the other lightweights? It's like they're so different stylistically. Like it's just tough to play that in your mind of across the board. Oh, I think he goes like this. You really have to break it down fight by fight. How does Tank do against Kambosos? How does Lomachenko do against Haney? How does Haney do against? It's just
it's so
many talented guys right there that I think give each other hell.
And I think mine says the same too. I got Tank, Loma. I mean, Tank shows the power, the boxing skills. He passed the eye test so far. Yeah. Everything everybody put in front of him, he took care of. Loma's been under. Go ahead.
I thought you had Loma lower than that.
No.
Okay.
Maybe check the tapes.
I feel like you said Tank, then you said Kambosos.
I had Kambosos down there. He was in there, but I may have Kambosos second, Sean. You may have been right.
Yeah.
But as I went back and really broke it down, I got Tank, Loma, Kambosos, and I got Haney up in there since y'all said I couldn't put Shakir. That's my guy. Yeah. But and you know, shout out to Haney.
Yeah.
I think outside of I can't put out without Shakir and without Loma, he might be the second best boxer in the lightweight.
And he's
probably the best boxer in the lightweight.
He is a decade younger than Lomachenko.
Yeah, right.
He is 10 years younger than him.
But the difference between him and Loma in boxing, it's a big ass difference. When it comes down to box, what do you mean?
You can hear me?
Pure boxing? Yeah, I can hear you. You feel like he close to Loma in like pure boxers?
You said big ass difference. I wouldn't go with all that, but there's
I might
definitely
just take the ass off.
Well, Loma,
yeah.
Loma should fight your boy Shakur. Because he's talking about he only wants to fight for undisputed. But if you can't get an undisputed fight,
that might be your fight.
And you always talk about I'm probably actually a better fighter at 130 pounds than I am at 135. I agree. He's one of the great 130 pounders in boxing history.
That's a big fight. That's a big fight. I'm hyped.
Yeah.
Let's make the fight. Call Bobby.
They sparred.
They sparred
years ago.
Lomachenko and Shakur.
You got the tape?
No, I wish.
I don't know if we had the tape.
I heard it was good.
I think they said it on the broadcast yesterday was that it was so good that Lomachenko kind of was like, let's rock again. Like, let's go back. So I can imagine it was great sparring. But
And then my rankings did change.
Okay.
Once I knew we had to.
Lomachenko number one.
No. I got.
Did he drop?
So this is. I believe I have him at 3.
Okay.
Last week I had Gervonta up at number 2. I keep Kambosos at 1 because he's the champion. That doesn't mean I necessarily think Kambosos beats Tank, Loma, and Haney. But
he beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy.
He's the champ.
Yeah.
So he's number 1, right?
Yeah, shut up.
But Tank.
You say that in the comments. You don't really say that. I understand you was thinking that. You don't supposed to say that on the show.
No, shut up. You heard other people say that. He beat the guy who beat the guy who beat the guy.
But he did. Hey,
I got that in my notes.
He had his
I literally, when I was typing, I'm like, yeah, that's smooth right there. Yeah.
Came correct. No, but I had Davis at 2 last week because in part his body of work. I said Santa Cruz, underrated win. Pedraza, those are good wins. But then I realized we're ranking them at 135, right?
Yeah.
Santa Cruz, the fight was at 130. Mario Barrios, the fight was at 140. Jose Pedraza, the fight's at 130.
Yeah.
So at 135, his 2 wins are Gamboa and Isak Cruz, right? 2 solid wins. So I got to put Haney in front at 135 because he has Diaz, Linares, and Gamboa. 3 is greater than 2 kind of thing. So Haney actually has the stronger body of work, not overall as a fighter, but as a lightweight.
And I mentioned that last week that it's
that's why he got the middle seat.
But it's tough.
He did all technicality.
Because I said last week it's tough to even say like Lomachenko. You mentioned exactly the point of he's better at 30, maybe even 26 than he is at 35.
Right.
And Tank can fluctuate amongst all these weight classes, so it's tough to say. Well, at that specific one, it's tough. But.
Yeah, if we were talking pound for pound, I'd still put Tank ahead of Devin Haney now. You know, he's
just
earned
because
that.
of the ability in multiple weight classes,
right? And you know, beating more former champions so far. So I actually got to knock Tank. Talking lightweight, not pound for pound. I got to knock him down to 4th because I still got to put Lomachenko.
Loma third.
I got to put Loma 3rd because the body of work, which is still a greater body of work overall than Haney has at 2. But with you taking a loss, I'm gonna knock you. You got to get back in line a little bit. Yeah. And Haney, undefeated, has the 1 belt Kambosos doesn't have. Has now proven himself against some good veterans this year in 2021. I'm putting the young man at the front of the line to challenge the man for the titles at number 1. So Kambosos 1, Haney 2, Davis 3rd, Lomachenko 3 because stronger body of work than Tank.
35.
And I'll put Tank 4. A strong number 4. You know?
That's a hell of a way to look at it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't. They're so.
Hey, don't even try to argue it, Carson.
No, I'm saying I can't. I wouldn't argue anyone down about how you have any of them.
Right.
If you came in here and said I have Kambosos 1, I'm not going to argue. Or you said you had Haney 1, I'm not going to disagree with that. Like those guys are all right there. There's not a ton. I don't think that separates them. That's why I think it's so interesting.
I think all of those fights, stop turning around, are very, very close fights too. Which is just to go to what you said, Carson. Like it doesn't really matter where you have them because each one of those fights are going to come down to the wire. I believe. I'll just like play Haney and Davis in my head real quick, and I'm like, that's a good fight, and I don't know which way it could go. You know what I mean? I think I have the intellectual way I expect it to go or think it would go, but I mean, Devin on his best day, oh man. So yeah, I am tripping on the mathematics that Shawn over there kicking all them technicalities. I hate to agree with him. And I'm not going to agree with him. I got Davis number 1 at 130, 135, and 140.
Dang.
I can't argue. Like it is what it is.
I mean, he could clean up. He can go down there and clean up everybody.
And then guess what? If he happens to be able to make 130, that fight with him and Shakur Stevenson.
Oh my gosh, that would be unbelievable.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a great fight.
Yeah. Don't give me hype.
Yeah,
I'm hype.
I give Shakur an edge. As skilled as, no, not
mad at
I was like, wait a second.
I give him an edge in skills. As skilled as Tank is, I think Shakur is more skillful. But Tank has the punch that Shakur doesn't have.
I could give Shakur 7-5. Oh,
I don't know. I got to see how he gets power. Because Tank doesn't have to win 7 rounds to win that fight. He just,
all right, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, let's
take
hope,
his one.
let's hope a lot of
and
those
he's
fights
not
happen.
Wilder either. He's going to win some rounds.
Yeah.
He doesn't just need
Damn,
one.
don't do Wilder like that. Wilder. You heard that?
Best American heavyweight of the last 15, 20 years, Deontay Wilder.
Boy, he be answering questions. He cover up his shit with facts.
Yeah, no, I love Deontay, man.
I think moving from there, we touch quick on Showtime. Crawley beats Abdukakarov.
Who cares?
Kudratio.
Wait, what?
Technically, he was.
I don't think you're allowed to say that, Shawn.
Technically, Abdukakarov, and I'm not saying his name right. I apologize. Was Errol's mandatory? So
What happened there?
That's who I know him as.
Yeah, which is fine. So he lost to Crowley. Brandon Lee, we mentioned, got a big knockout. Nonito Donaire. My gosh, that left.
The legend still legend.
That left hook to the body. You know it's a bad body shot. When you start to get up, and then you're like, nah, you know what?
At 39 years old.
This ain't me.
Don't you lose a little power when you get older? Yep, 39.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? It's old man strength.
Last thing that goes to power.
Ex-George Foreman.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude, he hit him with that left hook to the body. He was like, you know what? I think I'm good. Then he's like, nah, you know what? I'm really not. I'm just gonna stay down here. But big knockout win for him. Next week, another busy week.
Hold
of
on,
fights.
Nonito, man. Beautiful
Yeah, go ahead.
timing.
I was gonna say.
Just beautiful timing.
I still think Inoue beats you.
Are we gonna get that fight?
Hold on, give him some love. Go ahead, Shawn.
Donaire?
The great
What?
Nonito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest bantamweights.
Don't bring up Vic Darchinyan again because I know that's where you're going.
No. It all did start once upon a time with Vic Darchinyan.
It's gonna be like the Star Wars where it's like reading the story.
When he said don't bring up Big Darchini, I was like, Shawn gonna say it all started there.
No, great performance. I mean, he's 39 and he's not just 39 and has a belt. Like he's 39 and has back-to-back KO wins.
Yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Famer, man. I would say his career is equal to that of a Miguel Cotto, who just got in the Hall of Fame over the weekend. 5 divisions. He's got to be one of the greatest, not just punchers in bantamweight history, but fighters in those weight classes.
Yeah.
He's just a great fighter. I love his timing he's gotten with older age.
Yeah.
When he was younger, he was so athletic and crazy angles, and now it's just like fundamentals, keeping the hands up, very calm rhythm. Yeah, great timing. I just
work to the body. Inoue still.
Okay, I'm done.
Inoue still beats him again, but
are we gonna get a rematch in the spring?
I'm down for it.
I wish he would have been bodying Casemiro with that body shot.
I hope Nonito Donaire fights Casemiro and blows him out in the fight.
But you won't anyway. I hope he upset anyway. I'm gonna stick it to you.
But you know who the other guy was in the corner last night? Gaballo, Sean Gibbons. There.
Hey, my guy.
And Donaire won. I said, take that. But
the kid has some explosiveness. He has some speed.
Then I'm looking at then Casemiro had to pull out of his fight. Yeah. They said he wasn't gonna make weight, but then he had a stomach issue. I don't know. Hopefully they strip him.
Hold on 1 second.
He's running with
Rigondeaux's belt. This is the Slap Yourself segment presented by Carson.
No one, yeah. No.
I was like, we got a sponsor.
I don't think he was gonna make the weight. I hope they strip him. He was running around with Rigondeaux's belt anyway. The Revolution will be televised.
He should slap himself?
Yeah. If he didn't have a medical issue. I'm not one to say you didn't have a medical issue, but the report was he was not going to make weight. And then all of a sudden, before the weigh-in, was like, nah, I'm sick to my gastritis or something.
What the hell is that? Sound like you got a fort.
Maybe just had a little biscuit in there and let it go. But
too much lactose.
Moving on to next week. Zurdo fights. Zurdo Ramirez is back. Beterbiev fights on Friday. Marcus Brown. I say this every time, and I say, are there anyone on Upset Watch? And we say no, and then somebody gets upset.
What's the business this crew?
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the question. Marcus Brown with his athleticism and speed, and he can buy. It's just he's chinny, and his defense gets leaky sometimes. But I don't think it's out of the question. He could put together 12 strong rounds and win 7 or 8 of them, and even if he gets dropped, get up and win a decision. I don't think that's out of the question.
I mean, Pascal dropped him a few times, but God knows what was in Pascal's system.
Damn, here you go. Slap yourself.
Yeah. What do you think, SP? Any Marcus Brown got a shot against Beterbiev, who I told Zittel is probably the last guy I would want to be in the ring.
I tell you what, I've actually never seen Beterbiev have I've never seen him throw a punch.
Wow,
fair enough.
So this is treat. I'm 100. I've heard all the talk. I know about his record. I know about his power. I'm looking forward to this fight over the weekend. I've never seen him, so I'm looking forward to watching him fight.
He is the only champion with a 100% KO rate.
Yep, I know
16 wins, 16 knockouts. But
and never really had a big fight, right? Never.
Vosdik. He unified. WBC, IBF. He unified.
Yeah.
And what's his nationality?
Russia.
He's from the same place Habib Nurmagomedov, the
UFC fighter.
The wrestler. Remember the wrestler that beat up Conor McGregor?
Yeah. MMA guy.
They're crazy out there, Sean.
Yeah. But no, I think Marcus Brown not having the strongest chin is not a good recipe for success.
Not when you're 100% KOs.
Yeah. But Zurdo fights, I think Zurdo gets the win.
What I really care about with the Beterbiev fight is I just want David Benavidez to fight the winner.
I'm down for that.
Or Canelo.
I want David to knock off the winner so he can get Canelo.
Oh, you work? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's playing. Some are
you're
playing
going
checkers.
back door.
Zatel's playing chess.
All roads lead to Canelo.
King stays the
so
king.
You got to get one of those chips he wants. Get that WBC 175 belt before he can get it.
And then the last card of the weekend, I think we need to talk about Showtime pay-per-view.
Ohio in the house, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With Sean retired, Cleveland's finest in the box.
I'm like, what y'all talking about?
Let's be clear. The important thing to talk about here: Amanda Serrano fights.
That's right.
Yeah, shout out to Amanda.
And if she wins, it looks like we're setting up a Katie Taylor fight in the spring. MSG at the Mecca.
Okay, we pulling up.
Tape.
We pulling up. Put Away podcast.
We might have to.
We're going on the road.
We might have to. We working on some things, so we might be there.
I think Serrano,
Irish and Puerto Rican people are going to kick each other's ass.
Do not say nothing about Puerto Ricans.
I think Serrano wins this weekend. I think she beats Katie Taylor because I think she just got more thump.
Yep, I agree.
Katie Taylor is just more established at that weight, clearly, but because Amanda has seven titles and 7 divisions, but
I wasn't sure we were going to talk about Katie Taylor's fight, and I didn't. It didn't really matter to me either way. But I just felt like she's a little bit of a she's just one note. I think that she comes straight ahead, and I think that she comes straight ahead with kind of the straight punches. She's not really a dip to the body. She definitely ain't Serrano mixing it up head and body and things like that. She will go to the body, but it's just not the same as Amanda Serrano. I do think that that's a fight that Amanda Serrano would win. I think she's a better boxer.
Yeah.
Only thing I worry about for Serrano in that fight is I remember when we were covering the Olympics back over the summer, and you'd see these kind of not as professional, busy styles win decisions. And so I'm worried that if Amanda can't hurt her or drop her,
that's why people thought Isak Cruz beat Tank Davis.
Right.
So I can tell you for a fact that it's up to them, but if they move this fight, hypothetically, this fight is 3-minute rounds, the whole complexion of the fight changes.
Yep.
Opposed to if it's 2-minute rounds. If it's 2-minute rounds, I do feel like, second thought now, hearing you say that, Sean, it's a fight that Katie Taylor would more than likely be in because of her activity. And, and I think that in 2-minute rounds, I think that she would be more active. And I think that, if it's 3-minute rounds, I think that it gives Both women more cushioned to box, be more intelligent in the ring, set up shots and things like that. But I think that type of pace will work more. I think the 3-minute pace will work more advantage to Serrano.
Absolutely.
I think like I said, I think she wins this weekend. Sinisa Estrada also fights on DAZN.
She's one of the best female fighters in boxing.
She fights on the I think it's the Zurdo undercard on Saturday.
Her last fight kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah, true.
But you know, that's why you get another one.
So this is the fight that I'm most intrigued to ask you guys about. It's not Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley too.
I know what you're about to bring up.
Who wins, Frank Gore or Darren Williams?
This dude.
I'm legitimately asking you.
I've heard. I'm going off my intel.
Okay.
Haven't seen any tape on either fighter, right? But I've been told that Darren Williams has owned a gym for years.
Yeah,
and has been training for years.
Well. Okay,
he is a UFC guy. Like he has a gym of UFC fighters. But yeah.
And one thing about boxing, you can't judge your opponent by his body. I'm going Darren by knockout.
Frank Gore's a dog, though.
The running back will win the fight.
Oh, you just went going with the running back.
I get it, Sean.
Former Cleveland Cavalier.
Because even though Frank Gore, I've never heard about him owning a gym. The dude has been in boxing gyms for years. Not in MMA gyms, not an MMA enthusiast.
Man, what you doing?
Not trying to kick, not trying to wrestle.
So late?
Nothing else other than boxing. The dude loves boxing. I've met him a couple of times at the boxing gym. Nonetheless, he loves boxing.
Did you see him spar?
No,
you keep saying. If you know his fans, he keeps saying, "I seen him at the boxing gym. He was at the boxing. Box. You seen him spar?
No, I ain't seen him spar. I ain't seen him miss though. I've seen him miss. Looked okay. Look kind of
Chad Ochocinco-ish.
No, but you said always talk about the fluidity of Jared Anderson. He's a little bit more robotic.
Okay. So we got Darren Williams, clean sweep here.
I get it though. No. Running back is tougher than a point guard.
Oh.
By nature.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's funny to think of Darren Williams as a point guard, and we just think they're the smallest guys typically on the basketball court. But he's still a heavyweight. He's still a heavyweight. Yeah. Like you're like, hey, he's a point guard. He's a heavyweight. And it's like, oh yeah, he's huge compared to a normal person.
Yeah.
Jake Paul getting the win again.
Yeah.
Let your right hand go more, Tyron.
I would like to see a little more action in this one. That's my only.
Got to.
We need more.
Tyron
action.
Woodley has a good right hand. Yeah. Let it go more.
And you should have more. You should have more action in rematches because guys have now tasted one another. They've been in the ring with one another. I know Carson. I know, but they
a little crazy.
They've tasted the power. They've felt the speed. They've seen one another, and I think both guys will be more comfortable in the rematch than they were in the first fight. So we should get more action out of this one.
Yeah. And Sean, I got a message. The winner, I have somebody that wants the winner. A guy by the name of Shane Mosley Jr. will take the fight against the winner
and beat the winner.
And beat the winner. He literally told me that.
I know somebody who else wants to win.
At a weight disadvantage too, right?
Yep.
He'll come in.
You know who else wants to fight?
He'll meet him at what is
Kendall Gill.
Ooh.
Kendall Gill. I mean,
if anybody deserves it,
give it to Shane.
Yeah. You try to get Shane paid.
Said he'll come up. So what they fighting in lightweight?
No,
Shane is
like heavyweight.
No, he'll come up.
Fighting at, they fight like a 180.
Yeah, Shane said he'll come up. He'll meet you. Shane Mosley Jr.
I think Shane beats both of them pretty comfortably.
I don't know. It could be. I mean, come on.
Are you trying to build it up?
Hey, I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Hey, he got the name, but can he do the? Hey, Jake Paul, no joke.
I'll be interested to see if there's any buzz on this one. To be honest,
it's not the same.
Oh, we outrun. Okay,
no,
I have to
good.
save it for next. Oh wait.
No.
I got one more. Champ.
Go.
So one
Let
fight.
the producer rush you. Don't let the producer rush you.
I mean, he works out a lot. Yeah, he just turned it up on me too. Yeah, he got veins bulging.
All right, come on, man, make your damn point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's better than Qdoba.
So
hurry up.
So I really want to push for Terrence Crawford versus Vergil Ortiz, and let me explain why.
Okay.
It looks like even though the chances of Crawford and Spence happening are technically higher than ever because Terrence is a free agent, I still get the sense it's not going to happen this upcoming year. I hope I'm wrong. Really hope I'm wrong. I don't see Terrence fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. And so in the Keith Thurman fight, that's cool, whatever. But I want to see Vergil Ortiz because, like I said, Spence probably ain't happening and Boots ain't happening. So Vergil Ortiz, people right away, he comes forward. He's too straight up and down. Terrence will pick him apart. Look, Terrence.
I'm people in that case.
Terrence boxes fool's head off.
As good as Terrence is, age catches up with everybody. And he ever so slightly is beginning to come down. Ever so slightly. Ortiz is on his way up. Ortiz has a great jab. He has great size. He has power in both hands. And he showed he's a dog. Here's what has to happen for Ortiz with Golden Boy. Golden Boy has an undefeated, fast fighter, speedy Rashidi Ellis, who's been waiting for an opportunity. Go ahead and put Vergil in there with Rashidi Ellis. Not that Rashidi Ellis is a Terrence Crawford, but he's going to give you Vergil's fought a tall guy in Mo Hooker. He's fought a strong guy in Mean Machine. Let him get a look at that speed. Let him get adjusted to that speed with Rashidi Ellis.
Let him lose the Rashidi Ellis.
I think he beats Rashidi Ellis, even though Ellis is. I think you're underestimating Vergil Ortiz.
Probably.
The last performance is what I'm with Carson.
He dropped the guy 4 times to stop them in as many rounds as Bud did.
All right, cool.
So let him get his Rashidi Ellis to get that final look in his development. And in late 2022, put him in there against Terrence Crawford. I think he might be able to pull it off. I'm calling it right now.
Light his ass up in the comments.
Light
his ass up.
He's either losing by a massively lopsided or get stopped.
Hey,
he's a big welterweight.
Oh, he hype.
He punches hard in both hands.
You
You got combinations, a jab. He's only getting better. He's tough. Terrence is he's about 10 years younger than Terrence Crawford. I want to see that fight. If I'm not going to get Errol Spence, I want to see Ortiz and Crawford.
I don't mind seeing it. Like, it's cool. Like, but he just doesn't win. I don't see him win.
Terrence Crawford's in his prime, man. He's one of those guys, kind of like with Shawn Floyd. When even mid-30s, usually that was the clicking out time for the most. Not when you're special. Like, this guy's special. And I just think he's just not on his level. And I think that's why I like what you said, because he's actually he's basically. And it's probably going to happen.
And Oscar De La Hoya knows from his career, like, no risk it, no biscuit. I think that's a move De La Hoya might.
And one thing we talked about. Hey, Shawn, light him up like you did me. Come on.
Go ahead. Nah, Shawn likes it.
What's your reaction?
Shut up, Shawn.
Well, what's your reaction to the Zitel's grand
reacting to that?
You got nothing to say? All right, cool.
You have no reaction?
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I would have to really be fair and think about it. But my first inclination, right, is like the way I feel right now, just like you, Carson, he gets stopped. If not, it's a lopsided victory for Terrence Crawford. But that's my first reaction. I don't know. You caught me off guard with that one, Shawn. And I know. It's late over here, man. It's 10:30. I don't feel like thinking.
And fans in the comments, fans in the comments, give your prediction. What you got? Yeah, don't light him up. Just give your prediction. What y'all think? Will Vergil pull it off? Will Terrence do Terrence?
Yes.
All right. We know what Carson thinks. We know what Shawn thinks. We'll see.
All right, now I'll play the outro music.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I see y'all in a couple days.
All right, you gonna get us on the movie or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
Oh, that means no.
No, I got to shine on my own some way, somehow. Okay. Now that I'm retired.
No, we're a team.
God bless you guys.
All right, y'all have a good day.
God bless, champ.
What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ed. Follow me on IG, Ed with 2 T's.
This is the Porter Way Podcast. This is Anthony Bruno, and this is Carson A. Merck. Tell them what to do.
Hey, like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all social media platforms.
Subscribe.
I'm from Louisiana. I'll talk with a B. Let's do it. Let's do it again.
All right. Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then tell them, and then you tell them what to do.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Porter Way Podcast.
You're already here.
Hey, this is our outro. We're gonna do it how we want to.
I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brennan.
Carson A. Merck. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.